Yeah. Good morning and good afternoon and good evening, depending from where you're watching from. It's great to have you all back as we continue our journey in Microsoft Fabric. Just a day before, that was on Wednesday, we laid a groundwork foundation on data ingestion and we did some transformation. And now it's time to take things a bit higher. And today we are diving into one of the most exciting parts of data process, and that is data modeling and data visualization. This is where your data starts to tell a story. So we'll learn how to build relationship between our tables, create solid model that makes analysis easier, and then visualize those insights beautifully in Power BI. And by the end of this session, you'll see how everything we have been doing from ingestion transformation connects perfectly to help us make data-driven decisions. So get ready, and we are here for you. My name is Martin Wambui. I'm a data engineer, and also I'm a lead at Kenya Microsoft Fabric community. And I would like to welcome my colleague to introduce himself before we proceed.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you here once again for another great session. And as Martin has just said, this is now one of the most important pieces because it now caps up everything that we have been doing. So I want to invite you to the session. We look forward to having you throughout this very engaging session. And yeah, my name is Sami Chesire. I am a data and machine learning engineer. And I am also a lead at the Kenya Microsoft Fabric community, and we'll be interacting together later on at the end of the session. Yeah, thank you. So I think we can now go back to Martin, and then we can begin.
That's perfect. I've shared my screen, and then I'm wondering what you are seeing there, but I just want to make a quick introduction to some of the concepts that I'm going to show you just in a moment. So the first thing that I'm going to introduce is something we call the Power BI Direct Lake mode. So this is the mode that to connect the Power BI reports and the data that we store in a lakehouse. It's based on loading the files and the tables directly from the data lakehouse, and then you don't have to query or maybe to connect to an endpoint, and you just have to connect this your model, and then you get connected to something we shall introduce in a moment called semantic model. And then from there now you can create your report. This mode is very useful because it's fast and it doesn't need a lot of duplication of data. You connect to your model directly, and you can from there you can be able to do a lot of things, and it's very easy to, it's fast, and it reduces a lot of complexity in data modeling and connecting your data to visualization. The next part we're going to introduce is, I was saying Dialectic is our fast path to load the data from the lake straight to the Power BI engine in ready for analysis. And from this is the one that help us to connect our data sources to our visualization. And it's just fast, and there are many ways you can do this. You can also import your data to a Power BI report, but that one is very slow, and so this one is kind of give us a fast and real-time ingestion to our report. So the next thing we are going to see is something we call semantic model, and touched a bit of it. So this is the model that you create a model that connects your data set, and so that now you can unlock your insight quickly. So Power BI semantic model, they use that dialect mode that we just talked about, and when you do your model in the right way, you connect your data, you can you can view your insight in a very easy way. And the semantic model, they give data tables meaning by creating relationship between tables and defining business logic in measures. So think of semantic model like I'll give an analogy of a library. So in a library, we have a librarian, and the librarian, they keep on connecting different, we have a lot of tables, and maybe these tables, you are going to take them as your data set. So what librarians do, they allege the books in a way that you are able to know where to get the right uh, uh, content, or where, for example, in topic, so that you can even they can even link between these books are related with these books, and such a way that you can find yourself easy to maneuver in a library. And I remember when you are going in a library, they could maybe see section for, this is the section for the School of Computer Science, this is the section for School of School of Mathematics. So, and there were common places where you could see like these books, they are linked. For example, the School of Computer Science, they could use maybe similar books with the School of Informatics, because they are linked, the information is linked. So the same case, a semantic model have, they link the different tables. And then there's few things we call like DAX, called data analysis expression. They are used to do summarization, like getting the sum of the revenue that is used. So I hope that helps to understand what you are talking about. And now finally you create the Power BI report. So in this report, you can do an auto-create Power BI report from your semantic model, which we shall do in a moment. And then you can also create a report from your own. You can also use Copilot to understand different reports. You can share your report with your teams and view on the phone and explore your data in a very good way. So we are going to see that in a moment. So when we left last time, we created a lake house called Green Innovation row, where we stored some of the data that we did. So my colleague Sami showed how to ingest data from a local file, and he ingested geography, manufacture, product, and sales, and he also ingested the energy data from a website that was talking about Ghana geolocations that had where the solar system had been installed. And we are going to now go to quickly to what we just have said there before we were explaining. So at my screen, at the top, you can see there's get data, and there's new semantic model, and then open a new notebook, add a data agent. But the one that we are going to use right now is new semantic model. So you just click new. And then we can call it hackathon model. After you create the model, you have to make sure that it's getting the data from the right workspace. And also you have to choose the tables that you want. For this case, we shall just select all of them, and then you confirm. And then just in a moment, we are going to create the semantic model that we have said. So this semantic model is the one that is going to link all this to our Power BI report. So in Power BI, we always have two ways you can use Power BI. One way, we call it Power BI service, which we are going to use today. And the other one is Power BI desktop, which you download in your machine, and then you can use it in your locally, but Power BI service is on the cloud. So as you can see now, we have this data set. You can move this data to the places of your desired location, and then we are going to connect some of few data set here. Like for instance, this is we have here a manufacturer ID in manufacturer table, and you can see like in product we have manufacturer ID. So if you drag and drop, you create that relationship between manufacturer and also the product. And since in the real world, we always deal with different tables, and we connect them so that we can get insight from all the tables. So this we have now created one of the relationship in our model. So we are going to repeat the same process and do for product and sales. So using the product ID, and we're just going to drag there. And now we can create the relationship. So there are other ways now you can create the relationship. If you can, at the top of my screen, there is a tab for manage relationship. So if you click, you'll get all those relationship that you've created. And if you click new, you can click another. You can choose the tables and the link between the tables, and then you can just do it. But if you know you can view the ID on the link you want to link with, you can just directly do it without just clicking the manage relationship. So also at my right side. So at my right side here, we have tables, and then you have model. So in the tables, you can see all the tables that we have. And if you click the model, you can see now our semantic model contains a lot of things, contains the tables, contains the relationship that we have created, and also we shall create a measure. And in a moment, we are going to see how we can use these measures and do more in the reports. So in this case, we are going to create one measure. So here, you go back to the tables. So you can just, for example, sales. You click sales. If you right click, you're going to click new measure. And also from the ribbon at the top, you can see a tab for clicking a new measure. So we are going to select sales, and then you come here and click new measure. So you get this this view. So if you have a measure now, you can click. We are going to click just one of it, one measure, or maybe we can even create two. So this is total revenue. You say it's equals to the sum of the sales revenue. So you click that aggregation, and if you commit here, you save, you're going to see the measure at my right side. So in this case, you can see the total measure at this under the sales table. At the same time, if you in the model view, you can see the measure is in two places. You can see other measures and under the sales. So that's how you can figure out different measures. So let's take just another one. Come to click measure, click sales, and then new measure. And then we're going to click the total units. We have units, we want to click the total units. And that's how now we have two measures. So after creating now the report, this model, and for here we have geography. Geography can connect to a sales with using zip, but you're not going to do it for now. And then we have this data that we had for installed installed solar systems in Ghana, and we're going to use it in visualization. And after now you create that. The good thing is with semantic model, as you are creating all this, you don't have to click anywhere to save. As far as you're here, it now saves your model any changes you make, it changes. So you don't have to worry. Maybe you created a lot of measures, a lot of connection, and then you're worried like you'll come and then they're not saved. So it's very simple. You just you can go back. We can go back to our our workspace and see how now you can see this. You can click this hackathon model, and you are going to get a different view in this case. So we have now several things like analyzing Excel, open the semantic model. So when you click the model from the workspace, you want now to open to go back where we were, you click open the semantic model, and then you'll get back to where we are. And then so the other thing we are going to do is discover business insight. For instance, here you can have three options. You have three options. So we have auto create report, create a blank, and then create a paginated report. For this, for today, we are going to deal with create a report and create a blank report. So a blank report is you just create your report from scratch. And then an auto report, this is where now the power of AI helps you to create the auto-generated report. And then from there, you can share your semantic model to others so that they can use. And before you proceed to maybe explore the model, you can pick the tables you want to create the report with. So first of all, we are going to do auto create report. And I hope it's going to create my auto report in a moment. So just click auto report, and then there's an option of pre-selecting the data that you want to be used in the report. But in this case, I won't select. I'll just let it do what it wants to do. And now you see now this is the magic. I've not created this report, but Power BI have just created my auto report for me. And using this report, I can able to see like the total units by segment, like productivity, convenience. Productivity was the highest. Also, there's total revenue by segment. Like so, like you can see some of the difference here. For instance, you can see in revenue, convenience is the highest, but in units, convenience is at the second. And for instance, another insight is productivity. It's number one in units, but when you come to revenue, it's 0. It's number 3. So those are a few of the insight you can get. And also we have like total revenue by category. So we have mix, urban and rural. So the one that have mix between urban and rural, they have a lot of revenue. The other one is by logo, but like total revenue by logo does not even help us because this link is for logo, it doesn't even give us the manufacturer. So we cannot know. So even though like the AI will help you create the reports, you have to edit. For instance, if you want to edit this report, you click edit at the top. So if I click edit and then switch to edit mode, you just click continue, and now you can edit your report. For example, you can come here and say you don't want to see this as a total revenue by logo, but you want to see by who is that manufacturer, maybe manufacturer name. So when you click here, we are going to change between, for logo, we are going to replace with manufacturer, and then do away with the logo. So if you expand, for instance, this one, now you can see now, for example, Van Asdel picks the largest in terms of revenue. So that's how you can able to edit a report. So this is just one of the few things that we can do. There's a lot of things you can do with this report. And for instance, if you want now I won't even save this report because I want us to learn how to create maybe our own And you can see how, and if you're not experienced, you can just auto-create and then you edit to your desire. Another thing we can see here, you can see something interesting here. We have some insights. For instance, at this value convenience, we had the highest total revenue. So which is like, hey, this percent is crazy, 3.80% higher than youth. So like these insights are generated by AI, and I'll show you how you can do it on your own. So for that, we are going to get out of this report. So if you want now to close this report, I don't want to save it. So for instance, if I want, I move to anything else, like I move to, it will say we have unsaved changes in the report, and I don't want to save that report. So I click don't save. And I want us to go back to our model, and I want us to create now our own report. Remember, we had selected auto create report, but now you're going to do create a blank one. So if we create a blank one, just that, even within few seconds, you get this Power BI view. So we are going to create some few charts depending on the time that we have. But one of the things that I want us to show, because in this hackathon major, we are dealing with green innovation and maybe solar energy, like electricity usage and power. Those are some part of the we can be able to do research on. So what I'll do, remember we had the data which had the installed solars in Ghana, and this is may not have all of them, but just a few to help us deliver our what we want to see in the visualization. So I'm going to create a map. So in our visualization pane, we have 3 maps. There's this map here, this one, and this one. So if you hover above them, so the first one is called map, the other one is called field map, and the other one is called Azure Maps. So recently, this Azure Map was added, and then this one, the map, I think will be removed in a I don't know when they're going to remove it, because they don't want us to use it. So we're going to use this Azure Map here. So this Azure Map, you can move and you can enlarge the way you want. So one of the things that we are going to do here, we are going to try and use, for instance, this, we have latitude. You can drop the latitude, and you can also drop the longitude to your data. But as you can see, it seems like our latitude and longitude, they are not really efficient. They are not, like, the Power BI cannot read those locations. So that's when you see, like, we have, yes, dropped the latitude and longitude, but we cannot see which location has been chosen. So it seems they are not working. So we just drop them and try something else, like, for instance, a region, or maybe metro municipal district. Let's say if we drop metro municipal district, whether it's going to behave. This one also behaves, but you see, this data was from Ghana, but we have some other like metro municipal district in United States here, and others here. I don't know where is this. I think this is in Germany. I'm not sure. So such a case, that means municipal district is not exact, does not give us the exact location, but it's trying. Because if we expand here, if we zoom, you can see most of the municipal districts are located in Ghana, as we were expecting it. So that's something we can use, and then the one that are extreme, then we can remove. So I'm just want to ask to see that how the data that we get, especially from the real world, sometimes it's not clean the way we want it to, because I had not even known about this. So let's try and use the locality. If you use locality, I think you also have one of the locality is going up to, it's called South Dome, maybe, and this can happen. For instance, if we have maybe a name that is in Ghana, and also we have another name in another country, it may also depict that. So the best way we can do this is having the right latitude and longitude. This one will pick the exact location. We can also try we had tried the locality. Also, we can try region. So I think region now, for region, we have only the regions in Ghana only. So what we are going to do, we have this is the region, this is the latitude, this is longitude, but there's somewhere we have the size. So for right now, you can see all the size of this circular bubbles here. We have, they are all the same. So we want to drop the installed capacity to the size, and then see whether we have any difference that you are going to see. And now, as you can see, like here, this is the upper region. The upper east region have the highest of the installed solar in Ghana. And in this case, you see you can also see like it's called the Brong Ahafo region is the lowest. And then there's this region called Greater Accra region. So if you want, for instance, to see the data in this, and you can just click the ellipsis, the 3 dots, and then show as a table. If you show as a table, you can see like those regions. We have the East region, we have the Greater Accra region, and we have the Eastern and Ashanti. So I remember Ashanti when you were learning about Ghana in one of the history in our lower primary school. So the other thing that we can do is create something interesting and leave alone the maps. And before I leave before I leave here, I'm going to show now how you can change the view of the map. So if you come to format your visual and then map settings, you can change your map. You can maybe choose road. So for example, this, you say you change your view the way you want. Maybe set right, you want to see view like a set right. You see that doesn't look good to me. So I prefer maybe road. Road looks somehow perfect. And for that, you can create some insight. So if you want to delete that, you can delete, but we are going to create, we are not going to touch that one. If you want to explore, you can explore further. You have a lot of options. So the next thing, we can create another page and we can create another report. For instance, we can create a clustered bar chart. So if you click a clustered bar chart, now if we had noted, if you click a clustered bar chart, you get the options to choose what to put. For example, we have the y-axis, we have x-axis, we have the legend and others. So what we are going to do, we are going to drop some of the, and one of the most interesting is the total revenue. So for instance, if we bring the total revenue at the x-axis, and then we can put products, maybe manufacturer, let's say manufacturer here. So as you can see now, we have this chart that tells us the manufacturer, and these are some of the charts that we had seen when we are auto creating the report. And this now you can enhance your report. If you click the format your visual, this is where you do your formatting. If you enlarge the you click the drop down on y-axis, you're editing the y-axis. For instance, you can remove the title. Maybe it doesn't help you, it doesn't even add value. And also you let's now expand, for instance, the x-axis, and also you can remove the title, because we have, remember, when you're creating chart, you want to click to create a clean one. You don't want a lot of noise on your chart. So let's do data labels. And then after we do the data labels, you see it's getting us data labels in billion. For real, in billions, this somehow doesn't make sense. So we can come and try to see where can we change. So there's the value and there's the display unit. So if you check the display unit, you can change to millions. Now, at least it's making sense when you say 378.94 million. And some of us, I don't know even how many zeros does billion have. The other thing is like, now, remember I said you want to make your chart clean. So this labels at the bottom, it doesn't help anywhere. So click your chart, make sure you have you selected your chart, and then when you come to x-axis, you can disable the values, and now your chart is very clean. You can change the color to the way you want. If you come to bars, you can click your favorite color. If your favorite color is black, or your favorite color is yellow, that doesn't even look good. You just choose the color that makes you, maybe it's aligning to the brand of the brand name or the brand colors of your company. And for that, you can do a lot of things. We are not going to create all the chart that we want in this reporting, but we're just going to create a few. And there's also other interesting chart. Remember, we had I told you some insight that you can click. There's a chart called, I don't know even if it's a chart, but it's a visualization called narrative. So if you, for example, you click narrative and then just say custom, it's going to give you some of the narrative about your data. So let me give it a moment whether it is going to work. It's taking time. So these are now the narrative that it can get from our data set. And now this is now the power of AI that has been installed in Power BI by Microsoft. So if you want to see some insight, you can see it there. And even without struggle, you can know what's happening. So for chart, we can go and explore. But I want to us to navigate one of the chart called, we call it a slicer. So this slicer, it helps you, for instance, to select what you want and what you don't want. So for instance, if in the slicer, we are going to drop this a field, we're going to drop our manufacturer here, because we have manufacturer here and I want us to see how it works. So if you click, for example, one manufacturer, then you have one manufacturer in your visual. So this, if you click the other one, you actually don't have data from that one. Let's see. So that's how you can create. And then it doesn't look good the way it looks right now. So you come to maybe format visuals, and then under the options, you can maybe select a drop down, and now you can move it to the place that you want. And you can clear now filters, so that now your data doesn't only have the selected one. So that's how we can do a lot of data visualization, and we can do a lot with Power BI. So it's very simple. It's just drag and drop. pick the visual that you want. And another thing is we had created some measures there before when you were creating the semantic model. So measures, mostly you can use them in CANs. So there's a visualization called CANs. And normally it has 1, 2, 3. So if you click CAN and then you choose like total revenue, you see you have your total revenue there. And that's how basically we can create visualization in Power BI. And now you can save up. We're going to save this one. So now you're not going to let it go. So now, from now, we can save this. Remember, we're going to save to our workspace that we created. For example, it's just giving us my name. Anyway, this name is related, it's not related. So I can call it green hackpot. So, and I save my report. So now when I get out of this place, and so now when you save your report, when you publish it, you get now the first page. This is the where we had look at the data for the solar installation in Ghana. The other one is the one that we had just did some of the few charts, and then the other page, I don't know how it was created. It doesn't have anything. So from now, after you publish your report, you can now come and edit again and continue editing and make it perfect. But as I told you, this is one of the ways of interacting with Power BI. The other way we can interact with Power BI is Power BI Desktop. And it's very easy. You go download the Power BI Desktop and you can practice with it. For this one, you may not. So one thing, if at the Power BI service, you can download this report as a file. And when you download, you can now open with your Power BI Desktop. So exporting to Power BI Desktop, you see, and now you can open that report with Power BI Desktop. So that's the one I prefer you download if you're new, and then you start practicing with it. So let's go back to so here, if we open this report, I'm not going to open because time is not on our side. So we can just go back to our workspace and see whether all those things we have done have been created. So we have the hackathon model, we have even the green hack report. So we have all this now created in our workspace. And this will be where you shall be coming to check whether everything is working for you and whether everything is right. And with that, I think that will be the end of my presentation. So we just learned how to connect data from our lakehouse. This is from our lakehouse. We connect using the semantic model. Semantic model uses the dialect lake mode and then connect it to the Power BI, and that's how we can do visualization. You can see how to do visualization in Power BI. It's very, very simple. You can auto create your report. You can use AI Insight to help you even get the insight without you knowing where the insights are coming from. So with that, I would like to say welcome Sami to continue with the one of the few pieces remaining as we finalize these lessons.
Thank you so much, Martin, for that insightful session. You have taken us through how we are able to build the relationship between the different tables that we had been able to ingest earlier. And then we have even gone ahead to see how we are able now to build our relationship model and how to even create some of the visuals. And so I'm going to share my screen here in a bit, and I want to talk about a few pieces that we are going to go through here. And so I don't know if my screen is up already. So let me hope you are seeing my screen. Thank you. So yeah, so I'm just going to showcase a few now additional pieces to what we have been able to learn, and mainly this is just a way in which that is going to help you to make your development process easier, and that you are able to track what you are building and what part of your workspace is doing what type of work. And so when you look at my screen here, you see that progressively, as myself and Martin are working on this workspace, we have a few things that get built up, and our workspace gets larger and larger as we progress. And so sometimes when you are working with your colleagues or you're working with your friends, they may come to the workspace and then they don't know now which piece was working where. And so now that's why I want to today to take you through what we call as the medallion architecture. And so medallion architecture is simply a way in which your visuals are just, it's a visual way of you picturing where you are, the pieces in your workspace are. And so let me just show you how we get this one here. And so we have the medallion. Let me select it. And now you can see that we have it now here in our workspace. And just as a quick look of it, you can see that it's basically a way of us to picture how we are getting in our data. So you can see these are high volume data streaming, these are low volume data streaming. We now move to the bronze data that now that's where we store our initial process, and then we move all the way up. And so just to talk about some of these pieces is picture it as the way in which we refine gold. So when we pick gold from the landmines, we first get it mixed with rocks. That's like our data that is not clean. And so that's now why we bring that data to our bronze layer here. And then now, after that, we move this data to this location here. So this is the initial process. This is where we were doing some form of initial cleaning the other time, remove null values, and then now we get some bit of cleaner data. Now we are moving closer to where we are getting now gold. And so the next process is that we move now to the silver layer. So silver layer is now where our data is now a bit cleaner. We have done the very most basic form of cleaning, and then we move now to another refining process. This is now a more defined refining process where we do further cleaning, and then from there on, now our data is now properly clean, and now we have the shiny gold that we normally see, and now that's gold that can be taken to build those beautiful jewelries that we see, or just directly to the vault. And now that's the final process of our medallion architecture. And now after we have those clean data, so what do we do with now that clean data that we have been able to what do we do with that clean data that we have been able to now store here? And now that's where so we begin with our first process here. So let's say now we have our clean data. So we decide, do we want to visualize that data just like what Martin has been able to show us? And yes, that's the direction in which we take. Do we want to get some insights from this data? Do we want to do some form of predictions? If that is the case for us, then we come to the ML serving. Now this is where you can train your model, you can deploy your model, and all those kinds of things. And so this is just a process. And a good thing about this medallion architecture is that we can actually attach pieces in our lakehouse to the medallion architecture. So let's say we want to attach our cleaning process. So let's say we have some low volume data that we are able to ingest. So let's come here, and then we want to select an item. So let's say this item is that what we want to attach to that piece. And now you can see that it is now attached somewhere else. And we can just go on attaching pieces here and there, so that we know which pieces exist where. We can come to now our raw lakehouse, and then we attach it to the bronze data layer. select that one, and then we can attach it there. And then for our reports, we can attach it to the data visualization piece here. And so we can select our report model there. And even you can select even with our report, and we can select and then we attach. So this makes it a bit easy now when you're working with your teams, because they now see, they can actually see this piece was for ingestion. So yeah, where does it belong? It belongs to the low volume data ingest. So this is just a good way of which it can help you to be able to work through your workspace more cleanly, and just by practicing better management and better workflow process that is able to guide you. And yeah, with that, I think we have been able to come to the end of our training series. We have taken you through the entire process from data ingestion, data cleaning and transformation. We have taken you through how to build those relationship models and semantic models, and also how to you can be able to build some of these reports. And we believe that you are now equipped to be able to perform some of the tasks in Microsoft Fabric. You have been able to gain a few skills here and there. And the question you may be asking yourself is now, how do you further your skills? And I just want to introduce you to the major certifications that Microsoft provides pertaining Microsoft Fabric. And one of them is what we call as, what is known as the Microsoft Certified Fabric Analytics Engineer Associate. So this is an exam that's known as DP600, and you can go ahead and take a look at this at your own free time, and make sure you create an account, and you get an overview of how you can be able to schedule the exam, all those kinds of things. And we even have a whole course that is able to guide you, so you can take your time to go through the course, read what's all about, and that way you'll be able to be equipped to build on those skills. And it is important for you to get that certification, because now that speaks for you, because when you get out there, you're able to say, I have the certification, and yes, you have it, and you're able to show it that I have the skill. Another very important certifications that we have is the Fabric Data Engineer Associate. This is known as the DP700 exam. This is, I think, one of the newest exams in the Microsoft lineup. And so, just like the other one, this now has the same things, an overview. You can go through this learning plan, learn a few things about Microsoft. You can practice for the exam, and then you can get a feel of even how the exam is, so you can take a practice assessment. And we want to encourage you to go ahead and do these certifications, keep building on your skills, because they really add up to what you are going to do after school. And then now, finally, I want to introduce you to the Fabric community. So it is important that when you are learning these skills, you know that you are not alone. There is a whole sort of community out there that is that has people like you. It has people who are experienced in Microsoft Fabric. It has people who are also learning, and you can be able to go there, look at some of these pieces. So we have different forums there. So Power BI forums, whether that is your area of focus. We have the data engineering forums and all these kinds of forums. So you can get into one of these forums. There is a whole lot of assistance. You can ask your questions. If you see a question that you can be able to answer, that's something that you can do. And you can get inspirations, you can get ideas, you can join communities, or communities like the Kenya Microsoft Fabric community. This is where you come and join a user group, and then you find a group that's near you, and so you can read blogs, you can learn, and all those kinds of things. So we encourage you to be part of the community, learn from the community. You can share your ideas with the community, share your inspirations with the community, and that way we all are able to build an ecosystem that is gathered around Microsoft Fabric, and that's how we learn, and then how we grow. Another question that you may be having is that now, how do you get some of these examination vouchers. And that's now the reason why you should join the community, because when you look at my screen here, you see that we have this thing here. So get Fabric certified for free during the Fabric Data Days. So go ahead to this link, and I'm just going to show you what it all entails. And so we have the Fabric Data Days. So that's from beginning on November 4th. That's sometime this coming week to December 31st. So you can go ahead and sign up with the exams that you want to do, whether you are a student or no, and all those kinds of things. And you stand a chance to win some of those vouchers. And when you get those vouchers, go ahead, schedule the exam, prepare in case you need any guidance on how you can prepare, what you need to look out for. You can always reach out to us, and we'll be glad to assist you. Yeah, and with that, we have been able to come to the end of our session today. We want to thank you so much for attending our sessions throughout this week. We hope you have been able to gain a lot, and we look forward to seeing you now build with these skills. We look forward to seeing you do amazing things, and that is the important aspect of all these things. And yeah, thank you. We want to wish you a great evening wherever you are, or time of the day, and we look to see you in our next sessions next week. Thank you so much.